A simple greeting can make all the difference. The words you choose, the tone of your voice, who are you talking to, and the situation you are in, all of this affect how you should greet someone. Therefore, getting it right can help you build stronger connections from the very first moment. Hello, friends. Hope you're doing well today. My name is Alina. Here, I teach English for work and life. And today we are going to explore more than 40 useful expressions to say hello in English. So let's get started. So the first thing I ask sometimes my new students just to check their English level is, how do you do? And right now I'd like to ask you, how do you do? Okay, thank you. Now let's check. So if your answer is, I'm normal, thanks, or I'm fine, this video is a must watch for you. And if your response is, how do you do? Please stay with us too, because we are going to explore plenty of useful greetings here so you can expand your vocabulary. For now, let's think for a second. What is a greeting? So, a greeting means something friendly or polite you say or do when you meet or welcome someone. Of course, you can greet people with gestures, just like this one, but it has to be said that gestures, especially greeting gestures, vary from country to country. They depend on culture. That's why you should be attentive here. But when we are talking about verbal greetings, we can say that they can be formal and informal. So generally, while in official situations, in business situations, at work or on conferences, of course you should use more polite and professional language. In other words, formal language. And in more casual situations, you can feel free to use informal language. And before we start considering different ways to greet people, let's figure out what you should answer after you hear how do you do and why you cannot say I'm normal. So, how do you do is a formal greeting used when you meet someone for the first time. And the correct response is just to repeat, how do you do? So, it's not a real question about your feelings or health. This phrase is a polite social formula, meaning nice to meet you. At the same time, the phrase I'm normal can be really confusing for some English learners because in some countries, saying I'm normal means I'm okay, I'm fine, but in English it sounds like you're saying that you are mentally or physically healthy and normal in a clinical or general sense. Because of this, it's not a natural or common way to respond to the question like, how your day is going. Okay, and finally it's time to consider some helpful ways to greet people. Let's start with formal greetings. Here are some examples of how to formally greet people in English. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, for example, good morning, Mr. Jones. Good afternoon, Dr. Brown. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And also you can say a very good morning to you, a very good afternoon to you, or a very good evening to you. When meeting visitors, guests, partners at your place or at your company, you can say, welcome, I'm honored to have you here. And if you represent a company, you can say, we are honored to have you here. For example, welcome, Mr. Chen, we are honored to have you here. And on the contrary, if you are an invited person, then you can say, greetings, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. For example, greetings, Dr. Brown, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. When you meet a person for the first time, you can say, how do you do? Also, you can say, may I introduce myself? I am or my name is, and then just say your name, and also you can add your position or your profession. It's also nice to say pleased, glad, good to meet you. And if you want to sound even more polite, you can say, it's a privilege to meet you, or it's an honor to meet you. When you already know the other person, you can say, it's good to see you again. How have you been? How are you doing today? Or how's your day going? And in other formal situations, you can say, thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. Or I look forward to working with you. And let's consider some examples. So when you meet the person for the very first time, you can say, may I introduce myself? I'm Alex, a new sales manager here. It's a privilege to meet you, Mr. Jones. I look forward to working with you. And if you already know the other person, then you can say, a very good morning to you, Mr. Jones. It's a pleasure to see you again. Great, and now it's time to practice a little bit. So please repeat after me. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. A very good morning to you. A very good afternoon to you. A very good evening to you. Welcome. I'm honored to have you here. Greetings. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. How do you do? May I introduce myself? I am or my name is. Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. Glad to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Good to meet you. It's a privilege to meet you. It's an honor to meet you. It's good to see you again. How have you been? How are you doing today? How's your day going? Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I look forward to working with you. Excellent! Now let's move on. Okay, and it's time to consider some common informal greetings that you can use with your close friends, family members, close co-workers, and other people you are comfortable with. So, hi or hi there. Hey or hey there. Hello, howdy, what's up or sup. So that just means how are you or what's happening? How are you doing? How are you been? How is it going? How are things? How's everything? How's life going? What's new? What's a crack? So crack it means something fun, interesting, good time, good news, and so on. Long time, no see, glad to see you, or just yo. For example, when you meet your close friend or someone close to you, you can say, hi there, long time no see, what's new? And in other situations, like when your close friend or your fiance introduces you to some of their close friends or family members, then you can say, hello, glad to see you. How are you doing? And of course, let's practice a little bit. So please repeat after me. Hi. Hi there. Hey. Hey there. Hello. Howdy. What's up? Sup? How are you doing? How are you been? How's it going? How are things? How's everything? How's life going? What's new? What's a crack? Long time no see. Glad to see you. Yo. And for dessert, let's consider some old-fashioned greetings that are not commonly used in modern English, but still you can hear many of them in movies, songs, jokes, and so on. So these greetings are somewhat fun, playful, and old style, but still they are very interesting. So, hello, stranger. And stranger is just a person you don't know. Fancy seeing you here. And fancy, it means something nice, elegant, or even expensive. What's up, Buttercup? And a buttercup here, it's just a sweet nickname for a person you like. So it's very friendly and playful. Okay, we have considered lots of different ways to greet people. Now you can choose some of them you like the most to sound more natural in both formal and informal situations. And for now, I'd like to thank you. Please stay positive, keep on practicing. It's your turn to shine.